Chikkam Ammiraju v. Chikkam Seshamma, 1917, Coercion. Topic: Coercion. Introduction. Chikkam Ammiraju v. Chikkam Seshamma, 1917, is a landmark case under the Indian Contract Act, 1872, dealing with the concept of coercion and free consent. This case is important because it clarified that threat of suicide can amount to coercion. Facts of the case. In this case, Chikkam Ammiraju, the husband, threatened to commit suicide unless his wife, Seshamma, and son executed a release deed in favor of his brother. Due to this threat and the fear of suicide, the wife and son signed the document. Later, the wife challenged the validity of the release deed, claiming that her consent was obtained by coercion. Issue before the court. Whether a threat to commit suicide amounts to coercion under Section 15 of the Indian Contract Act, 1872. Judgment. The Madras High Court held that a threat of suicide amounts to coercion. Although suicide itself is not punishable under the Indian Penal Code, the court observed that it is still an act forbidden by law. The court declared that the consent of the wife was not free, and therefore, the agreement was voidable. Principle laid down. The court laid down the following important principles. Threat of suicide amounts to coercion under Section 15 of the Indian Contract Act, 1872. Coercion is not limited to physical force, it also includes mental pressure and threats. Consent obtained by coercion is not free consent. A contract entered into under coercion is voidable at the option of the aggrieved party. These principles clearly strengthen the protection of free consent in contract law and are very important. Importance of the case. This case expanded the meaning of coercion by including mental pressure and threats, not just physical force. It is a very important authority for explaining coercion under free consent in LLB exams. Conclusion. In conclusion, Chikkam Ammiraju v. Chikkam Seshamma clearly established that free consent cannot exist where a person is forced by threat of suicide. The judgment protects individuals from agreements made under extreme mental pressure and is a cornerstone case on coercion under the Indian Contract Act, 1872.